For our 1000 PS TV viewers, we have put together an exciting comparison with the mid-range naked bikes Yamaha MT-09 SP, Kawasaki Z900 SE, KTM 890 Duke R, Ducati Monster SP, and Triumph Street 700 This video is all about the Street RS. Stay tuned, it will be an exciting test. The new Triumph Street 700 RS is selling really well. No wonder, the bike has just rolled out of development onto the market, can't hide the Moto 2 genes of the engine and offers a very attractive price-performance ratio. But how does it fare in direct comparison with the sporty competition? It was one of the new releases of 2023, the Triumph Street 700 RS. This is also quite logical, because for the country road it seems to be the perfect all-purpose weapon. Ergonomically not as radical as a super sports bike, the drive comes with the know-how directly from the Moto 2 Motorcycle World Championship, and the equipment leaves absolutely nothing to be desired. And anyone who thinks that this automatically makes it the most expensive in our comparison is mistaken. The Triumph Street 700 RS is priced pretty much right in the middle. But the direct competition is strong. Yamaha MT-09 SP, Kawasaki Z900 SE, KTM 890 Duke R and Ducati Monster SP all score with very sporty genes and a will to win. Therefore, it should be mentioned at this point, our boss Niels was at the presentation in the spring of 2023 and has written a detailed individual test which you watch on our YouTube channel. But focus on the direct comparison to the other bikes and where the Triumph ranks in the quintet. A special drive, the engine of the Street 700 RS. The engine is fine-tuned in the truest sense of the word. Over the years, Triumph has continued to improve the engine, and the Triple has never been as good as it is now. It is not so much the 80 Nm that inspire or the 130 horsepower peak power, it is its precise, soft, smooth throttle response and metering. The engine feels totally harmonious and round, but needs revs to unfold its effervescence. While the Ducati, KTM and Yamaha push noticeably more and barrier in lower and medium speeds, here one feels somewhat the displacement disadvantage of the Triumph. The triplet in the RS unfolds its full liveliness only at medium speeds, and then storms very linearly, almost too linearly to its peak performance at 12,000 revs. What does that mean in everyday use? Well, the Street RS needs to be ridden one gear lower rather than higher in direct comparison. Its engine characteristics are more pointed in terms of power delivery without ever seeming lurid or frighteningly blustery. You could say the engine is actually almost too good, too clean on the throttle, too predictable in its power delivery and too linear to scream into your helmet. The drive has obviously been refined once again by perfectionists, with the result that you can't really criticize anything about it. But in direct comparison, other engines seem more emotional. The KTM is beefier, the Ducati vibrates much more, the Kawasaki sounds snottier, the Yamaha seems naughtier and more radical. The true scalpel of the class is the Triumph Street 700 SP. When the first prototype of the KTM 790 Duke saw the light of day, the bike was marketed as a scalpel. Today, the scalpel of the class is clearly the Triumph. None drives more balanced, more precise and ultimately more predictable around corners. In terms of chassis, geometry and rider involvement, the Street RS also appears to be that little bit finer, clearer and more direct. Especially from medium-fast corners, the Triumph shines with an incredible stability. Once the line is targeted, it draws a very fine, clear and transparent line through the curve, which leave no doubt in the rider this is real sportsman level. However, this stability plus comes at the price of a bit more inertia in very tight corners and in turns. The competition is sometimes much easier to maneuver here. This is not to say that the Triumph is cumbersome, not at all, but in direct comparison it is noticeable how nimbly a KTM 890 Duke R changes direction, but then lacks the last bit of feedback at higher speeds. Exactly what makes the Street Triple RS so superb in terms of feedback is hard to point out. The mixture of geometry, low weight of 188 kilograms, and seating position gives the rider a very good feel for the front wheel without forcing him into an undignified over-sporty seating position. Of course, you sit more actively than on the KTM, Kawasaki or Yamaha. Only the Ducati has a comparable seating position. But there's no question of it being uncomfortable. Strong equipment and attractive price. The Öhlins shock absorber in the rear, the Brembo Stylema brake calipers at the front, the fully adjustable fork from Showa in big piston design, and the overflowing electronics package consisting of 5 inches display. A move for lean angle dependent traction control and cornering apps, as well as complete LED lighting including impeccable automatic gearshift show Triumph has not saved money and still does not charge an extortionate price, although the bike even has a very good finish. In short, the Triumph Street Triple 765 RS is a bargain in this segment and a logical choice even for hardcore calculators. You really get a lot of fine goods here, and even more sport bike in a neat shell with the comfortable seating position of a naked bike. The small windshield above the twin headlights even provides a bit of wind protection. And for the sake of form, of course, the Triumph also decelerates exactly as you would expect. Even the brake lever linkage of the Brembo brake pump can be adjusted and customized. The only thing, on our test model, I noticed that the first bite was not quite as perversely radical as on the Ducati Monster SP, which is equipped with the same calipers. For us 1000 PS riders count clearly cool motorcycle routes more than anything else, but after that already comes a well-kept accommodation. As a perfect starting point for our tours through beautiful landscapes on winding roads, we chose this time the Moho Motorrad Hotel Mathnersor Old Post in Schweinberg. Because as a Moho, the Old Post offers not only really nice rooms and delicious food, but also covered parking for the beloved bike and a hotel workshop for repairs. Those who want to have a particularly good time can relax in the hotel's own wellness area after a successful day in the saddle. The hotel manager Rupert August Mathner himself and his friendly team are on hand to answer questions about the accommodation as well as to help with route planning. A real recommendation of the partly strongly spoiled 1000 PS crew. Continental Conti Sport Attack 4 standard tire, one for all. To make our comparison test as fair as possible, we put all 5 bikes on Conti Sport Attack 4, the well-known and popular road sport tire from Continental. The tire shines with its neutrality in handling, which made it easier for us to recognize the different geometries of the bikes. We don't have to say much about the Conti's grip. If you ride street legal, you can hardly push the tire to its limits. In the dry, the Sport Attack 4 sticks extremely confidence-inspiring and offers enough feedback to still feel exactly whether you still have reserves or not, even in greater lean angles. Since we also reeled off a few rainy kilometers during our comparison test, we can also attest to the Conti Sport Attack 4's exemplary wet grip. Even in a sudden downpour, you don't have to be afraid and can quickly escape the rain without being surprised by sudden slides. And should the reserve of adhesion be explored after all, there is a wide, gentle limit range that clearly signals the rider, "Break up, my friend." So you always have enough time, in the dry as well as in the wet, to perceive the tire's clear signals and react accordingly. A highly recommendable tire in all respects, which will delight sports drivers both in the hot summer and in the wet autumn. Our experience with the HJC Urfa 71. Some of us used the test to also put the new HJC Urfa 71 through its paces right away. The new Sport Integral helmet with integrated sun visor offers an aerodynamic shape with 4 ventilation inlets and outlets and has asserted itself as a comfortable all-rounder. As always with HJC, a matching pin-lock visor is included, with which even heavy rain rides were no problem. This is mainly due to the good chin ventilation, which blows the visor accordingly to have a clear view. Of course, the Urfa 71 has class-typical a completely removable and washable inner lining, which is comfortable to wear. The fabric is, of course, antibacterial. In terms of weight, it is not the lightest in its class, but it comes including communication system preparation of the HJC 21B and 50B. Basically, the helmet is also quite well balanced and does not feel overloaded in any head position. In terms of volume, it is in the good midfield. In short, a modern helmet that leaves little to be desired in terms of equipment, build quality and design diversity, and has presented itself as a broadly applicable helmet for a variety of bikes. Can be bought without hesitation. The helmet fit also proved to be suitable for the masses and did not cause any pressure points on any of our head shades. Conclusion on the Triumph Street 765 RS 2023. It came, saw and won. Well, almost. The Triumph Street 765 RS is a great motorcycle, a very sporty naked bike which can inspire especially sporty, precise motorcyclists. Extremely balanced, fine-tuned and feedback strong presents itself the light English bike. If you want, the RS can easily winch out on the track and does not need to invest anything more. For the country road, the equipment is overflowing and the price-performance ratio is really good. A motorcycle where the buyer can make simply purely nothing wrong. No wonder it is almost sold out. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment on your experiences with the Street RS and subscribe to our channel, watch the other videos of this comparison and feel free to leave a like.